right, here's some frightening new information for parents. Unborn babies exposed to pesticides in the womb are at risk of lower intelligence later in life. That's according to 3 studies published this week.
Yeah, pay attention to this story. Amazing. Is there anything parents can do to protect their kids from these pesticides? Dr. Mark Siegel from our Medical Aid team is here to break this all down for us. Doc, nice to see you.
Hey, Clayton. Hey, Dave.
So we showed in the break beforehand, we showed some drawings, because this sort of illustrates what's going on here in the cognitive development of these kids who were exposed to pesticides and who weren't. What are we seeing here?
Well, we're seeing the drawing on the left really is much more extensive, and it shows something much more age appropriate. The one that says exposed to pesticides, that's just they can barely do a line drawing, and that really shows that they're having some what we call cognitive delay, or their mental processes are not developing to the extent that they should. And that is not surprising, because we're talking about something here called organophosphate. That pesticide actually blocks neurotransmission in the brain. One of the things it's caused, and it's proven to cause this, is developmental delay, where you don't think as clearly and you don't develop as well as you should. Now, these 3 studies we saw today are tremendous. They're really well done.
But to be clear, this is not about artistic talent.
Exactly. It's not about...
I think parents are saying, well, so what if my kid can't draw? That's not what it's about.
It's not about that. It's more about learning ability, how rapidly you can learn, and are you learning at an age-appropriate level.
And seeing the whole picture.
And someone
says,
okay,
thinking and learning and processing information.
Okay, let's dive into this, because, yeah, that's a good clarification there, because the parents are being told it's not about artistic ability. It's, hey, we need you to draw an arm. We need you to connect these lines, and the kids can't simply do it. It's not about artistry, but how do we protect the babies while they're in the womb from these pesticides? Where are they coming from?
I want to talk to you about this. First of all, these 3 studies all did this the right way. They combined close to 1,000 kids, but they studied the mother, and they looked at the urine of the mother or the umbilical blood of the mother, and they looked to see if those pesticides were there. And if they were there, if they had 10 times the amount they were expecting, IQ points at the age of 7 in these children was down by at least 5 points. That's very dramatic. Now, you ask, Clayton, where are these things? Let's talk about this. In the year 2000, there was a ban put on them. You can't have them indoors at all. And you can't have them outdoors except for one called chlorpyrifos. That's still around.
Where?
That's still around in agricultural communities. It's around on the farms. And I'm going to tell you, and you guys are going to agree with this, that if you're out on a farm, and I'm not a scare guy, I'm not a fear guy, but if you're out on a farm and you're farming, you could track this into your house. So you could conceivably, if you're a mother-to-be in an agricultural area, you can still bring this in and get exposed to it. I'm concerned about this. I'd like there to be a ban on this, too. I think that the FDA and the USDA should step up and ban this, too.
Before we let you go, any household products that we need to be concerned about if you're not living on a farm or in an agri area?
Actually, that's also a very interesting question. You know what, Clayton? It has to do with airplanes. It's in the oil that are in airplanes, and there's been some exposure with mechanics that are working on planes. Again, we've got to get these things out of there. What they do is they block neurotransmission. They affect your peripheral nerves out here in your arms, your legs, and also how you think. Let's get rid of them.
That's great information to get out there. Dr. Siegel, thanks for being here.
Thanks, David. Thanks, Clinton.
Thanks, Doc.